It's New Year's Eve. The room is dark, except for a weak orange glow from the fire. It doesn't light the space, it only claims a small circle in the center. Everything beyond it disappears into shadow. Your breath turns into a thin cloud in front of your face. It lingers longer than it should. Even indoors. The cold isn't outside anymore. It has crossed the walls. It presses up through the floorboards, seeps down from the ceiling, gathers in the corners. You can feel it settling. Not moving. Waiting. This winter wasn't supposed to be like this. Just days ago, the temperature dropped suddenly, far faster than anyone expected. There was no warning. No slow change. One night simply felt different. And it never rose again. Each night since then has been colder than the last. Each morning harder to face. The kind of cold that doesn't shock at first, it exhausts. Now the year is ending. And the cold is still falling, as if it hasn't reached the bottom yet. You keep your coat on. Everyone does. Taking it off feels unthinkable. Not uncomfortable, dangerous. Like removing something essential. The fire has been burning since morning. Someone has fed it again and again. Still, the wooden walls stay cold to the touch. Cold like stone left outdoors overnight. The floor beneath your boots feels stiff. Not frozen, but close. Each step sounds sharper than it should. Every few minutes you rub your hands together. Slowly. Carefully. Not because they hurt yet, but because you're afraid of the moment when they won't feel cold at all. You tell yourself this is temporary. It's New Year's Eve. Nights always feel worse than days. Darkness magnifies everything. Cold always feels strongest before dawn. Everyone knows that. Once the sun rises, once the new year begins, things will improve. They always do. They have to. Outside, the ground has already frozen solid. Snow doesn't crunch anymore. It cracks, dry and sharp underfoot. Water left in buckets has turned to ice overnight. Not thin. Not fragile. Solid enough to knock against the wood. Somewhere nearby, a river that has never frozen in living memory is slowing. The surface looks darker. Thicker. Less willing to move. Hour by hour, it resists itself. There are no fireworks. No music. No shouting in the streets. Midnight passes quietly. So quietly that some people miss it. The new year is marked by movement near the fire. Another log placed carefully on the embers. Another glance at the shrinking pile of wood. It's already smaller than it should be. No one talks about celebration. Only about warmth. You don't count down. You listen. To the wind pressing against the walls. To the house settling and shifting. To the fire fighting to stay alive. As the hours pass, the cold changes. It stops being sharp. Stops being something you react to. It becomes heavy. Dense. Like a weight placed on the body. Your fingers grow clumsy. Small tasks take longer. Buttons slip. Knots feel harder to tie. Breathing feels different now. Each breath stings the nose and throat, as if the air itself is unfinished. Sleep comes briefly. Lightly. You wake often, unsure why. Cold doesn't let you rest. It keeps checking if you're still paying attention. Morning arrives without warmth. Light spreads across the snow, pale and weak. It brightens the world but adds nothing to it. The fire has burned low. Only dull embers remain, glowing faintly. When you step outside, the cold takes hold immediately. Not like wind. Not like weather. Like pressure. Your eyelashes begin to stiffen. Moisture freezes almost as soon as it leaves your body. Breathing creates small crystals in the air. Everything feels slower out here. heavier. Water becomes a problem first. Wells stop working as ropes stiffen. Wooden handles refuse to turn. Ice locks the mechanisms in place without warning. Pump seize. Food follows soon after. Bread hardens like stone. Stored vegetables split open, ruined before they can be used. Animals struggle. Some don't survive the night. Their absence is noticed quickly. Silence replaces familiar sounds. You notice something unsettling. Your hands hurt less than they did before. The sharp pain fades, replaced by numbness. It would almost be comforting if you didn't know what numbness means. Movement slows. Thoughts come more slowly, too. Standing still feels like effort. Energy drains even when nothing is happening. The cold is no longer something around you. It's something inside you. People stop talking about days. Days feel too big. They talk about hours. About how long the firewood might last. About how many nights can be endured like this. They talk about morning as if it's a test. But the cold no longer behaves like weather. It doesn't change. It doesn't shift. It feels permanent. Unmovable. Like something that has arrived and decided to stay. Some people don't wake up. They went to sleep near the fire, fully clothed, believing rest would help them endure the night. The cold works quietly. It doesn't rush. It doesn't struggle. It waits. By the time anyone notices, there is nothing left to do. This isn't just your town. Across Europe, rivers freeze solid. Homes crack under the strain. Fields disappear beneath snow that doesn't melt. People will write about it later. About wine freezing inside barrels. About birds falling from the sky mid-flight. But right now, none of that matters. Only warmth does. And there is never enough of it. By now, hope has changed shape. No one expects the cold to end tomorrow. Or the next day. They hope to endure. To last. The new year doesn't feel new at all. It feels smaller. Colder. Like the world itself has tightened. Eventually, the body adapts, or fails. You move less. Speak less. Save energy whenever possible. The cold becomes the background of everything. A constant presence you stop questioning. The winter of 1709 became known as the Great Frost. It was the coldest winter Europe had experienced in centuries. And for many, that new year was not a beginning, but the moment survival became the only goal.